Hello and thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and now we're going to cover the qualifying round for the Pro Division of the Bubba's 9-hole Cup tournament. This one's a tough course, it really is. A couple very long par 5s, and kind of like I said on my rookie video, it's no wonder that they gave us a new ball pack today, which is a Power 5 side spin 2 Win 3 ball. So a really good stat ball, especially for this course. So if you're like somebody who likes to play with money balls, that ball will give you an advantage on a couple holes coming up. If you're not a subscriber, please become one. That would be awesome. And then secondly, please take a moment there to hit that thumbs up button and like the video. That would mean a lot to me as well. All right, so let's go to hole number 1. Hole number 1 with this type of wind, like I thought about with an extra mile 9, just going over the rough and playing it that way. But I don't think a lot of people will be able to. So I just want to play it, normal. Now, obviously, if you're somebody who's got good clubs like me and you did want to use a wind resistance ball with the power ball, like the new Bubba ball, this would be a great hole to do it on. But for everybody else, let's go ahead and go this route. And I won't be surprised to see people picking up pars on this hole. My opponent parred this hole on one of my accounts. So this isn't the easiest par 4. It's very long. And the wind angles, kind of make it a little bit tough. So my opponent actually got stuck in the sand here. He tried to play over the bunkers and hop over. I definitely don't recommend that. And the reason I don't recommend that is because we're getting a headwind push. And from where our ball is landing to the green is a lot of room. It's too much room for the secondary wind push to come into play, which is why you see me playing to the left-hand side. And I'm going to curl the ball over to the green, which in my opinion is going to be the best way to play this hole. A safe route in this type of wind for sure. So you can see here, I'm good. And, we come close to sneaking it in there, but I'm definitely not playing this one for an eagle at this wind angle. I'm playing it for a birdie and then running to hole number 2, in which I do believe we get a good chance to drop this for a hole in 1. Katana, full side spin to the right. 2 bars of backspin, playing this 10% at mid. So I tried to zoom in here so you can kind of see where I'm aiming, in hopes that I make the shot to give you a reference. But a worst case scenario, I miss, and then we get a reference to work with. So you'll notice here that I'm at the +3 yard mark, okay, with my blue ring on the rough line. And then there, the end of my ball guideline is in that light green square, almost the left-hand corner of the light green square. Now let's take a look at the shot. So we go ahead and pull our wind here, like I said, 10% at mid. Now look at our ball. Look at our ball come right in the corner of that light green square. Like literally almost exactly where we were aiming, which means we have our elevation right because the ball went where we wanted it to. But ultimately, we're going to miss this one by about 3/4 of a square to the right. So what do we need to do? We need to change our landing spot. If it's going to play that true, that's great. But right here, we need to move this over to the left. We'll probably be better if we move it over to the dark green square. Left hand. So move it over to the left to that dark green square, and I would kind of split that square right down the middle. Maybe even favor the middle left-hand side and see what happens. Ultimately, very close, a really good line, and I do think that quite a few people watching this video will be able to pick up that hole in 1 based off that little feedback there. Okay, hole number 3. This would be a good one for the bubble ball too. But we're going to go ahead and just take our berserker at full top spin and just let this thing fly. Now, I favor the right-hand side of the fairway because for me, I believe it makes shot number 2 easier to get to the green. Now, you will see people birdie this hole as well because some people try to get aggressive on the second shot and will try to play the hop over shot from the I'll show you. You'll see some people try to play this shot, and I thought about it too. This shot right there. You'll see some people try to play that if they get more distance than me, And the bad part can be if you mispull that, you go down into the sand. Like you roll into the sand. So for me, I always like playing this angle right here. If the wind is blowing right to left like it is now, I play the right-hand side and let the wind guide me. If the wind was blowing the opposite arrow way, then I would be playing over on the left-hand side, and I would have drove the left-hand green, or the left-hand side of the fairway. I hope that makes sense. See a little bit of curl there to the left? And then we'll take this all day on this hole, leaving us for a very easy chip in for our eagle. All right, we're going to play hole number 4, 10% at max on the drive. 6 top, 3 right, as you can see here. I'm using another katana. I would note that overpower and curl that I'm using. Notice that the left-hand side of my ball, so the left-hand side of my ball is just touching the inside of the target zone. Quite a bit of OP, but the OP is controlled because I pulled my rings down, which makes our needle a lot slower. But as you can see here, I mean, I have plenty of fairway to work with. I could even push this one harder because I do like playing shot number 2 with my long iron over the sniper. I played this one minus 5%, and then of course I don't put anything like minimum, medium, or max here because it's all going to be dependent on you to check your own club level. It's all going to, really depend on how many yards you get on your drive. So check your own distance of your club, play it right, play it minus 5% is typically how we play this hole. I don't make this shot, but all in all, not terrible. I've seen there is normally a pretty good power slice option on this hole too. I just didn't play it today as I'm not the greatest at those shots and I didn't want to misjudge it, but we don't miss that one by too much. So what should we do here to get this ball to drop? Well, notice I just went with only top spin. And I got it here favoring the left-hand corner of the hole. We do get a perfect ball at least. So we need to add some right side spin to that shot, okay? That's what I would really do. I would add some right side spin and try to play that hole straight up like that. All right, I'm going to talk to you about hole number 5. I know a lot of people are going to want to go with the rough bump option to the pin, and you can do that if you want. I just hate that shot in headwind because, again, if you mispull it, right, you're going to end up sticking in the rough or in the sand, and then you'll just have to chip in for a very short shot to save your eagle. I mean, that should be easy because the distance from the sand and rough to the hole is so small, you could just dunk it and be fine. But I'm trying to get this one into the hole for a hole-in-one. And the only thing I do wrong here is I should have applied some overpower on the shot. So you can see here I'm going to go a full right side spin with 1 bar of backspin. And you can see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use this little slope here at the back of the green to come down towards the pin. And if you remember this hole, I mean, it's been redone last tournament, but this hole used to have that little fairway island in the middle of the water, and we used to be able to take our rock and use this same type of funnel slope on the back of the green to get hole-in-ones, or at least close to it. I was trying to do that from a different angle, but as you can see here, because of the headwind, I should have applied a little bit of overpower, but visually, you see what I'm trying to do. You can try to take the rough bump if you want. Just know that you're going to have to play it at least 10%, maybe a little bit more, and just check your pull angle because you don't want to pull the wrong way and get stuck in the sand. All right, hole number 6 is going to be a power slice. This one's fairly easy to do. This is kind of the same way we always play it. On pro, we just take our quarterback here, and I'm going to go 4 top, 2 left. And notice that pink bush. We're going to play it to the right-hand side of that. But really, the other thing I want you to notice here is this tree. The first tree, notice that I have my ball guide line just to the left of it. That's what I'm looking at right there, okay? From here, oops, I went way too fast. From here, this is pretty easy. It's a full slice, full OP, full curl to the right. And we rock this ball down the fairway. And, you know, the reason that we use that type of spin is because we want to spin, we don't ever want to spin to the right. If we spin to the right, then we can get stuck behind those trees over there and we don't get a clear shot to green. When we do the left side spin, it keeps our ball right here in this clearing, and the clearing is where we want to be. I play this one 0%. Again, you know, you need to check your own distance of your club. What I like about this shot here is it's pretty straightforward. Now, I want you to notice all the top spin that I'm using. I am getting the ball to the hole. No side spin. So remember, top spin to the hole, no side spin. I think we're better off on this hole to use an offset than we are to rely on the side spin to get to the hole. That's what I would try to do anyway. Sometimes when you start to use side spin on that long of a rough bump, the ball just kind of takes off on you, and then it's hard to dial it in from there. I'd rather offset and try to get that ball into the hole. That's what I would try to do. But then again, you know, you could just go ahead and try to go with 1 bar side spin. What would it be, to the left, right? Yeah, you could try to go with 1 bar side spin to the left and straight up top spin and see if that helps you out. That's just kind of like what I was thinking. I paused here for a second to see if I could think of anything else, and I really can't. Okay, now we go on to this hole right here. This hole is weird since it's been redesigned. I used to love the old format of this hole before it was redesigned because it was an awesome rough bump to pin. All right, so we'll be playing this one here. All right, here, I don't have the graphic, but we're playing this one 10%. 10% elevation on this shot. And I know I'm rushing a little bit, but I'm just on my lunch break, so I didn't have time to edit like all the elevations and everything, which is why I'm saying them out loud. But this is an easy shot to perform. And then we go into shot number 2. Oop, I forgot that's all on one replay because I didn't have time to do split. Shot number 2, I also played at 10%. I think what I need to do, though, is I think there's a funnel here that we can try to use a grizzly on. And maybe I'll try that in the finals. I think we can actually play this one with a bunch of backspin on the green and find a funnel to the hole instead of using this rough bump. But either way, I play both shots 10%. That'll be easy for you to remember. You know, the rough slows the ball down, but ultimately we just don't come anywhere close to finding the hole. We were way off to the left-hand side. Last par 3, minus 5% at minimum distance. 2 left side spin, sorry, about 1.2 bars of back. You see I'm finding the minimum distance line here. Ball to pin. And through the pin. As you can see there, my ball guide line is through the pin. Try to find this slope to get this ball to go into the hole, and we come super close. Really, really close. So what do we need to do on this one? Let's think about this one. Okay, so the 2 side spin to the left is good. 1.1 back, that's fine. We had the ball guideline center of the cup. And where do we miss? Miss. Maybe we reduce the backspin and try to pick up our speed a little bit. That was going to be tough. I'm not as prepared as I normally am because, like I said, I'm on my lunch break now. So I played those last couple of holes at the first part of my lunch break and didn't really have time to analyze it. But at least you're getting to see the wind. You know, you've probably watched some other streamers too. I don't know who's done pro today. I know Neo is always out there doing pro. I don't know if anybody else did. But if you waited for me, that's awesome. You'll get a couple different looks at it. I don't know how other people are playing the par threes. But this one's hole number 9. This is a fairly straightforward hole. Again, we are going to need that power 5 ball to get to the green in 2. For me, I bring my Cataclysm for the second shot, and I play both these shots here at 0%. That plays pretty well, as you'll see here. Easy to get to the green area with this club. Just a couple bars of top spin, a couple bars of left side spin. There I leave my ball guideline short of the green because I don't want to catch that fast slope and roll all the way downhill. So I'd rather miss short than go long, if that makes sense. But hey, that's it. I will see you guys in the final round, and I wish everybody the best of luck. Let me know how you do in the comments. Thanks, everybody.